Very good. Welcome to the Getting Started video for working with Unit 12. If we take a look over on Canvas, when Unit 12 opens up, we see the title is Drawing Organization. Our objectives are to start using something called layers in AutoCAD this week and to learn some technical drawing standard practices and conventions so that you can make some engineering graphics this week. Alright, so our Getting Started video is where you clicked to get going. As far as handouts go, we have guided notes. You're going to want to download these and then take notes as we go along in the lecture. Also, the Unit 12 online checklist has been prepared and completed, so we know what to do in what order, and we can check them off as we go. The lectures for what we're going to be doing will be captured over here, as they normally are, and the two big themes for the week: layers and technical drawing standards and conventions. There are quite a few exercises you'll be downloading, so download all 6 of them, and at different times you'll be asked to open them and work on them. The assignments include reading Unit 12 in the course pack, and then either doing the Willis assignments, because in my classes we start off with CAD, and then later we go to the drafting component of the class. So if you start in CAD and then are going to do the hand drawing section after, then you're going to do these 3 assignments here: assignment 4A, 4B, 4C. Now if you started off in your Industrial Drawing 12 class doing hand drawing in the drawing lab, well then you'll be doing drawing 4A, 4B, and 4C instead. So little minor differences between the two, but you have to do the hand drawing before you could do these 3. And don't worry, for those that take my classes later on, you'd be able to do these drawings if you want to for a little extra credit once we get over to the hand drawing section of the class. There's also an assignment for uploading some guided notes. So you remember those guided notes you took on Unit 9? I had told you those are going to be collected. So what you're going to do is we are going to give a click on here, and we're going to talk about how can you upload those notes for me, especially if you didn't type them, especially if you wrote them out by hand. So if you typed, no big deal. Click on the assignment, you'll see the submit button like we normally do. What are you going to do though if you wrote things out by? Well, you really have only a couple of options if you write things out or draw things by hand and you need to send them electronically to someone. One option, of course, is scanning your paper and turning it into a digital file and then sending that to me. Now, I don't suppose you had a scanner. That wasn't one of the required tools you needed for the class. I'm not going to make you buy a scanner, okay? Now, if you have a scanner, though, this is definitely the best way to take your handwritten notes or a hand-drawn sketch and then turn it into a digital file, which can be uploaded into Canvas for me. Now, let's say you don't have a scanner, like probably most people don't. That's perfectly okay. Do you have a cell phone? And if you have a cell phone, the good news is, doesn't matter if it's Android or iPhone, there are apps for turning handwritten, hand-drawn things into electronic documents. So for example, if you're working with Android, go find the Office Lens app. It is a free app, and what it lets you do is it lets you take something like, a receipt, and you take a photo of it, and then what it does is it corrects the photo and it straightens it out and it brightens it up. Okay, so even though the gray background here is not really that important, having it straight and legible, that's kind of cool. On this photo here, you can see the paper's lying down. It looks, kind of like it's on a bit of an angle as it goes away from us. Well, look what Office Lens does. It straightens it out. It flattens it. It corrects for the color so that it's legible. Office Lens will even take your hand-typed stuff. So if you've typed things out or you have a document with text on it that's been typed, and it'll convert it not just into a picture, but back into text. So you could edit it if you wanted to, which is pretty cool. So we don't have to go that far. We don't have to get that crazy. I do want your Unit 9 guided notes though, and I think Office Lens is probably a good way to do it. iPhone has got their own product for doing the same thing. take a picture, turn it into an electronic scan basically. So however you do it doesn't matter to me. What you're going to do though is you're going to upload a picture or a scan of your guided notes. Now if you type them out on the computer, well, you could just upload the file. You could upload the Microsoft Word document, right? Because that's already electronic. So do what you need to do, but I do want to see those notes, and at the end of the first part of the class, I'm going to want to see the notes for Unit 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so we're taking the guided notes for a purpose, and this is for me to check to make sure that they are getting done. Last last session, we also took a coordinate quiz. Remember that when we were working in Unit 11? How'd you do on that? Did you do great? Well, if you did great, that's awesome. I'm happy to hear it. We're going to be taking another coordinate quiz with Unit 12. Now, if you did great on the one from Unit 11, you'll probably do great on this one too. It's a little teensy tiny bit harder, but not significantly so. If you bomb the last one, well, I told you don't worry about it because we're going to forget about the ones you do badly on and only going to keep the grade for the one you do awesomely on. So, if you bombed the last one, do you know why you bombed it? Do you know if things went wrong, why they went wrong? Did you add things, leave out things? You got to see the answers when the quiz was over. Do you understand why they were marked wrong? So here's my advice. Don't do those things again, okay? Don't do those things again. Make sure this one is a good one and you get a 100% on this. Same format as last time. There'll be two figures for you to take a look at. You will plot the points, work your way through, pay attention to the format. Under resources, we have our AutoCAD cheat sheet. We have a simplified plotting reminder, and I will throw in the notes for the PowerPoint that go along with Unit 12. Our wrap up is here, and our time machine is here, letting us move backward or forward through the units. Of course, we really can't move forward until I unlock them. Okay, so this is our basic setup for working in the Unit 12 materials and getting started.